Record, and good evening, everyone. What's going on? We're back again with another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast, episode 65. I am your host, the Silverback Senpai, and joining me across the table is my co-host, none other than Waluigi.
Good evening. Long time no see, folks. Well, literally, it's just been since a day.
Yeah.
Wow, what's good?
Good. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has.
Yes. And joining us is our guest, and none other than the notorious Undergod.
Hey guys.
Dude, how's it going, my dude?
How's it going?
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We can't wait to have, tonight's discussion, tonight's topics that we have. And right off the bat, before we get into our topics, I just want to say, how does it feel to be the villain of South Florida?
I wouldn't say necessarily like a villain. I would say like it's just, when you have a little brother and like you just like messing with him.
Yeah.
And then you know that eventually he's gonna tell your mom on you.
Yeah.
But then they haven't yet.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like playing around in that little area where you're just kind of like messing with them a little bit, and then once they tell your mom on you, you kind of stop. So it's kind of like the same with them, except I come to notice that they take it way too serious, like everything that's just been going on.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like it's strange, but it's not all of them. It's like a very select group, so it's not really like the whole South Florida hates me.
Yeah.
So
It's completely understandable.
So it's just a certain group that either A, doesn't like me, or just doesn't want to do anything with me, and that's fine because people can have their preferences. But I just like messing with them the most because it's like they're the main audience. Like,
oh my god. Let me go later on. I got to talk about it because I've had a good laugh looking at your post.
oh yeah.
All right, so in traditional fashion in our podcast, we always ask all of our new guests, what is it that got them into gaming? Like, give us your gaming background story. Like, what got you into video games?
Wow. It started off when I was a kid. My father used to take me to this. It was kind of like a Blockbuster store, so you could rent video games. And he would take me there like every 2 weeks. And we will be renting some video games. He will be renting some movies. So I remember that one of the games that kind of like sealed the deal for me to start gaming, like taking it seriously, because I was playing some games here and there, but it was
Right.
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Classic.
That is good choice.
That was 2000. So when that game was there, like I immediately just fell in love with the cover art. Like the front, I was just like, what is this about? And when I started playing it, I never played any RPGs,
Right.
so I was confused as to how it all worked. But like the story kind of like captivated me.
Yeah.
After that, I was just playing video games. All of a sudden, I grew up in a poor area, what you call barrios. So I will go out of my house to go to school, and then 2 streets over they will be selling like bad stuff.
Yeah.
So as a way for my parents to keep me from that life, they kind of just bought video games for me and my little brothers, and because they all game too, but not as much as me.
Right.
And then it was a good way of keeping me home, because God knows how I would have turned out if I was just going to the streets all the time and just hung out with those people, because they were around my same age too, which is the sad thing.
Yeah.
So video games just kind of kept me at the house. So I was just from school to the house to school, and then I would be playing video games, and that's when I started developing friendships in school throughout video games. I wasn't the most popular, but I wasn't the nerdy guy either, because there were some people across both sides that like video games. So I played with both. So I wasn't super hard bullied, but I wasn't like the guy that everybody knew at school.
Yeah.
I was just like the guy in the middle, basically. So I would just chill with both, and then they wouldn't give me any issues, because I will either teach them something or two about, I don't know, we were playing a Street Fighter back then.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wasn't playing anything competitively. All of this is hobbies, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So all this is just me just having that hobby at that time, but that really helped me, growing up.
What would you say is one of your favorite consoles of all time? If you can remember any of them off of the top of your head, like give us 3 and why.
Would say the Nintendo GameCube was my favorite one. Well, my second favorite one, because my favorite one was PlayStation 2.
Ooh. That's good.
That's when I started like getting into the hang of things with the video games. And the third one I would say like is the Nintendo 64. When it came out, it was also very fun because I used to play the Nintendo, but I wasn't that much of a fan of the Mario games, like the platforms.
Right.
But it was when the Nintendo 64 came out that I thought it was revolutionary because like the way the graphics looked.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
I thought that was like holy, like I was amazed.
You can curse. You can curse. You can say whatever.
Holy shit, man. That was revolutionary. At that time,
64 bits was insane.
yes,
Yeah.
when it
Still
came
to
out,
this
it
day,
was just
think about
awesome. So I just like started playing those 64, but after GameCube and PlayStation 2, I would say they're top 2.
Yeah.
Not bad choices.
No, not bad. And I think, hold on. Yeah, because on VAC camera, it shows that there's literally no one here. So let me go ahead and fix it. We don't have anything here with us tonight, unfortunately.
I'm glad we caught that on a little bit early. You just see me on my phone looking like I'm struggling.
Yeah, it makes it look like there's literally no one there.
Ah,
There we go.
we were here this whole time in our hearts. Anyways, I'm thinking.
So back to the topic I had. So with the 64, the GameCube, and the PS2 being one of your favorite consoles, what are your favorite genres of games?
Definitely role-playing games.
RPGs.
Yes.
Ooh.
So Final Fantasy is my favorite series ever. Final Fantasy 8 being my favorite game from all the franchise. So Final Fantasy will be like under that category. I like shooters.
Mm-hmm.
I play shooters. It's just that I don't play it as competitively. Because the thing is that with those type of games that you require more than one person, you need a static team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then if someone just can't with this day, then can't go the other day, then it just kind of gets a mess.
Yeah, it's
So-
like you're the main one like carrying the team.
Right. So
You don't want to be the guy carrying the entire team or
It
whatnot
hurts
when
your
everyone.
back and it can get annoying because you're carrying a team and it's just aching.
yeah, and then it's just a mess. But I do like shooters. I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare like 2. I think that was one of my favorite Call of Duty games ever.
Are you
'Cause-
are you talking about like the Xbox 360 days?
Yes.
I always have to insist on that just to make sure.
Yeah, that was like the Rust. I used to play in PlayStation 2 when it came out. Like so that was like the classic when everyone will be talking in the internet, like like the voice chat, and it will be uncensored. So which is kind of like a culture shock as to how
Yep.
it was back then when people were just talking shit throughout to somebody they don't know.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to today, it's just a little bit different as to how the treatment is.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I believe during that time, I think it was the first time for a lot of people that got into online gaming, because if you had a PS2 or even the OG Xbox, there were very few games where you were able to play online, like SOCOM for the PlayStation 2, Call of Duty, I think Call of Duty 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll look.
The big red one, I think that had online capabilities as well. It was like the World War II shooters of Call of Duty that they had. I remember, I think Call of Duty 2 you were able to play online.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah.
Call of
And
Duty 2, 3, and then Finest Hour.
yeah, those were the ones I remember you were able to play online, but it was very niche at that time, so not everybody was online, because a lot of people had PS2s, but they did not have like the online capabilities because a lot of people did not know online at that time.
Yeah.
Then next gen, you have PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. online gaming is a thing. Of course, on Xbox 360, you got to pay a monthly subscription or the yearly subscription. But on the PlayStation 3, it was free. So you had your options on where you wanted to go. But when it came to like shooters, it was the Xbox 360 was like the king of that.
Yeah.
It really was.
And
that was before crossplay and all that. All those things that you could just be playing with people from PC, PlayStation 5. Right now you can do that, but back then you couldn't.
It was so depressing.
It was region locked and it was console locked.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, even if you wanted to play with someone that was like in another country, you weren't able to because of, you know, hey, it's locked to the region, so you're not able to play that person unless you hack your console to the point where you can play that person at that time.
Right.
But remembering Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009, it was, yeah, I agree. It was chaotic as fuck.
Oh my God, I was still in like.
I remember having like long conversations with people that you would just meet in like in a game chat and whatnot, and y'all just be there for like hours and still running. Like y'all talk your shit, and then they'll still be there, and then it'll go from talking shit to be like, all right, we're gonna talk about some real shit.
Let's talk about life. And then it just gets serious.
There was one time I was playing Rust on, you know, like that little map.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So there was somebody there online. I can't forget about it because it still makes me laugh. Is that obviously these people don't know your family.
Yeah.
But he made a joke about my mother so bad that I had to break character. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, that was fucking funny. That legit made me laugh. I didn't get like offended to the point that I was like, oh, like, why are you talking about my mom like that? Because I knew 100% this person didn't know it.
Yeah.
But the way that person joked about it, about somebody that they don't know, it was so funny to me that I stopped, like, you know, because you kind of have like a persona online.
Yeah.
You have like a different personality and all that shit. I had to break character. I was like, I'm sorry, dude, that was fucking funny. And I just laughing. He laughed too. And then we just moved on, you know?
Yeah.
There wasn't any hard feelings. I
No.
but it was something that was very funny to me at the time.
Yeah, and it's one of those moments in gaming that makes you appreciate like online gaming, especially back then, because you do have some really good moments that did take place. Granted, yes, there are going to be a lot of bad moments and a lot of toxicity and whatnot.
Always.
Whether it's in shooters or whether it's in fighting games, there's going to be toxicity. It's going to exist. And I always say, if you don't want to, you know, listen to them, just eat. You have two options. A, mute them, or B, leave the lobby, find another lobby.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so easy to ignore people that you don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, all you got to do is just, like, ignore them or don't pay attention. But if it's somebody that you don't like, you're hoping that what they're saying is something that's like, oh, that they mean it, so that they can be that gotcha moment, like, I knew that you were always a bad person all along.
Right.
And when in reality you're just like either joking around or just trolling trolls, which is something that I put on my Twitter small circle. I put a status. I put trolling trolls. Because I wanted to make the people aware in that circle that I was just gonna be messing around.
Yeah.
Nobody outside that circle, because that was a recent thing that they put on Twitter for the circle. Nobody outside knew that I was just joking all along.
Yeah.
Except the people that were in there and that saw it.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't take it so seriously.
Yeah.
But then the thing is that they were taking it seriously to the point that some people were like scared about being around me in tournaments. I'm like, bro, I should be the least person that you should be scared when in tournaments, because, you know, it's strange, but I guess I don't understand them, or I guess I don't understand how, you know, you can joke around with people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's a generation.
I agree.
A generational gap.
It's a generational gap, and even I myself, I'm learning about that as well. As like, there's just certain people you just can't joke with, or you just can't, you know, like shoot the shit with or whatnot, because they may take it literally when you're just like, bro, I'm really not that serious. Like,
and then when you have to explain that you're kidding, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
So people are saying, "Oh, you're doubling down, you're tripling down." No, I'm just keeping the joke going because they keep falling for it. Like,
it's joking with your own joke.
Yeah, it's easy bait when people are getting mad for something that you knew and people knew that you don't mean, because I have people ask me outside Twitter, hey Edgar, do you really mean all that shit that you're saying on Twitter? I'm like, no. Like, I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
It's just that they take us too seriously, that they think I'm, because on Twitter you can't, there's something that you put like a line and say J, or a line and say serious, like either you're
like JK or whatnot.
yeah. So if you,
Or LOL.
yeah, if people don't see that you're putting that on your text on Twitter or whatever, that is not a conversation, they would immediately think that you're being serious.
Yeah.
It's a poor assumption.
So it's like, why do I need to let you know that I'm joking when the absurdity of it should be a joke by itself?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I'm trying to like get at with people,
Yeah,
but
it's
hard.
like they don't personally know you, but
They don't. That's the thing. I have some people say that they know me more about myself than me,
that's
and
sad.
they make like those conclusions. It's like, well, there's like 2 people in this whole SFL community that really know me, and it's none of the people that are talking shit on Twitter. So how is it that they know about me more than I know about myself? Or
Yeah.
if I make some jokes about, oh, you're a loser, you need to, get out of your mom's house or whatever, it's a joke. You could take it seriously, and if the shoe fits, that's your problem.
Exactly. It's just like, if I'm not directing it at you, or if I'm not adding you, or being extremely descriptive about who it is that I'm talking about, then it's just like, yo, if the shoe fits, wear it.
I just threw it out there.
Yeah, I just throw it out there, and it's just like,
people started getting offended. So if you were getting offended, they're saying, oh, you're subtweeting.
God, that was the funniest thing. I'm
Yeah.
literally walking my dog and I'm seeing your videos and I'm cracking up.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody's gonna fall for this.
Of course.
And I started counting.
There were people that were looking for a reason to publicly be against me, and they were saying, "Oh, I knew that Undergard was always like this. I
Like
knew
what?
that he was always a bad person." I'm like, I was telling one of the people from one of the locals that I go to. It's like, this is a good way for me to weed people out, in the sense that I will know who I can count on and know who I can't count on.
yeah,
Because the ones that remain neutral, they didn't do anything,
yeah,
those are good.
Yeah,
Because that
yeah.
means that they are either confused about the situation, don't know enough about the situation, or just don't care.
yeah. They don't want to. They don't want to be involved.
Which
They
for
should be
me,
like,
it's great.
Yeah,
For me, it's great.
Yeah.
There's the other side that supports me but doesn't want to be public about it, because like, they don't want to be, associated with what I say. And there's the people that are against, and those people made it clear that they were. So for me, it's good, because it makes me actually see the people that don't like me for X or Y reason. Because why won't you like me other than the fact that I've improved in my game? You know what I mean? Because I haven't given you a personal reason for you not to like me, except the fact that we both came at the community around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just put in more time and effort in the game, and I started improving. So
It's because you talk shit and you make us feel bad. That's why.
oh man,
Entertainment at its
if
finest.
people get on their fifis, then I don't know what to say about it.
Oh, wait, just to be off topic, what got you into Smash anyways?
Yeah.
I'm
actually curious.
I actually played Smash since the 64,
Oh,
but it wasn't competitively. Nothing up until Ultimate was competitive.
okay.
So I kind of knew like the whole structure of the game. So it's a platform fighter with, like if you fall, you die, or if they launch you, you die. I kind of knew that, but I didn't know about frames. I didn't know about the nuance thing about the game.
Yeah.
Up until Ultimate. So I used to play in the 3DS. I used to play.
The Wii U
Or-
version, or
Yeah, so all those I used to play, but I was just playing with my friends. That I think it was 4, the one that you could play with up to 8 people.
Yeah.
yes,
So we were just messing around with that. So I would play it, I would know the characters, but I wouldn't like be intimate with them as I am in this game. So with Ultimate, when it came out, there were some locals that were being held in South Florida. I was just fresh coming from Puerto Rico. I came here in 2017.
Oh, wow.
That was the year that Irma and Maria hit.
yes,
The hurricane?
I remember that.
Yeah, so 2018 was when the game came out, Smash, and I wasn't like, I was working here, but I wasn't like, I didn't know people in my circle, and like the people that I know now
Yeah.
through Smash. So I kind of started going to locals. I started meeting some players, started playing, and then one day they kind of just invite me to versus, which is what used to there was a pre-pandemic local that was going on in South Florida. So I went with Isabel, which was my first character that I played competitively.
Interesting.
And I got like 17th out of like 90 something people.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it was my first time. And then I started using Yoshi, which is who I stuck with up until 2020. That's when Sephiroth came out on December, during the Video Game Awards.
Yeah, I remember that, and people were going crazy during that announcement.
Yes, it was super unexpected, because sometimes you kind of have an idea of a character that's coming out, because sometimes the hackers either leak it or like something happens that you kind of know.
Yeah,
But nobody expected Sephiroth.
Nobody expected Sephiroth. Like when I heard the song, I was in the bathroom. I started screaming, and then
Okay, that does sound normal, actually.
yes,
Yeah.
because I was watching the video game. I was like, it's probably gonna be some freaking Fire Emblem character, like some shit like they're always doing. They have like 20 of those characters there, but it ended up being Sephiroth, and they included the fight scene with Cloud, which made it even more hype.
Oh,
I think that's the best game character reveal of the whole Smash series. I think it's bar none, because a lot of people agree. They don't like Sephiroth, but they know that was like the best.
the best to reveal. Yeah.
They definitely paid a lot of homage to 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just amazing. So after that, I started kind of taking the game more seriously again, because I was about to quit on 2020, because I was having fun with Yoshi, but it wasn't really that much. But then he came out, and it just kind of like revived my whole spirit for the game. I was like, I don't care if this character sucks, I'm gonna make it through it, and I did. I've been improving with that character.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so it's it's my favorite character in the game. I just wish he was a little bit more heavier, because that will really be the best out of everything. Because he's a good character. It's just the fact that he lacks boxing tools and dies very early. So everything else is great. It's a little slow on the frame data, but everything else is very good.
You have a thing that you do with Sephiroth where if the person's at last stock, you kind of just upbeat them off stage.
Yeah, the underdog.
like that is like your thing. Like, what made you come up with that?
The thing is that I
have to
haven't
look at this
seen.
later.
I've seen other
Actually,
people.
we'll look this up.
I've seen other players use Sephiroth, and they do it like rarely, or like they don't do it at all because they may think it's too risky.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's risky, because sometimes if they burn their jump and they're about to recover, I know the angle that they're gonna recover from. There's no way that they will like glitch the game and come at a different angle. So I already know what angle they're going. I want to go for the disrespect, and I go for it.
What's a good match I can look at? I'm literally looking this up, see if I can find it.
Oh shit!
You would have to go on his Twitter and look through like his medias or whatnot,
Oh,
because
shit,
usually you'll see the clip and whatnot, and it's like,
Oh shit, that might be more efficient. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to do it, because it's a risky move. Sometimes I miss it. It's not like I always hit it, but like the rate that I have for making it, it more than makes up for it. It got to the point that it was cliche, because I was
Right.
hitting it so much that people were like, oh, he's gonna do it again. So it's just the thing that I do with a character, just to finish it.
Right. So, what are your thoughts? Because I know not last Saturday, but Saturday prior, there was a major that happened here in Miami called Let's Make Moves Miami. What was your experience at that major, from start to finish?
I had a lot of fun on that tournament. On Friday, I went there Friday because I had squad strikes. I arrived. I think it was I forgot the name of the hotel, but the thing is that they had this entrance that was under construction.
Right.
And I didn't know it was under construction, so I got my car down there.
Oh.
And it wasn't until I saw that there were like a lot of like construction things that I realized, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be here. They just left the gate open. So I find a guy, I tell him, hey, where can I get the parking? Because I wasn't very sure about where to get the parking. He told me to just go to the front. The concierge will receive me and they will tell me. They told me it was across the street. I was like, okay. So I paid $7 for the parking, which wasn't bad. And then I realized like later on the evening that they were towing people because
Yeah, I heard about that.
they weren't parking.
sucks.
They weren't parking where they were supposed to. They were parking like on shopping malls and on parkimeters and all that stuff. And I don't know. I wish they were a little bit more clear on that.
Yeah.
Parking because it's Miami. It's always moving. It's always like
Yeah,
always
and
full.
you park in the wrong spot, they are quick to tow your car.
Yeah, they towed it. I think it was like $210 for.
Oh my god.
And some people didn't have either.
Also, a slip.
Some people didn't have the money for it.
Oh my god.
And they had to do like a little fundraiser.
That's
Yeah.
Because
so
it's like
awkward.
it's like imagine you're like a Smash player on your first major, and you go and you're not clear on the instructions where to park. You park on the wrong side. You don't have any money in your pocket, and then they charge you $200. You're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, the area could use a little bit more work. But after you were inside the venue, it was pretty nice. The people there were nice. Talking about like the host and all that. It ran pretty well. It was a little cramped for my taste. There were like 400 and something people in that tournament.
Holy smokes.
And it was on a room, but the room was a little bit smaller than the ballroom. So there were times that you had to like go,
Like shimmy around.
yeah, around people.
Ah,
And
that's a nightmare.
yeah, it wasn't until it started like clearing out that it was like you could move around and stuff like that. There were a lot of South Florida players that were there, so you could always hear the chants for South Florida. There were like people from other regions, other states, and I didn't hear that much of complaints. Honestly, like
Yeah,
how
I didn't
people-
see any, I didn't see
You know how people always complain on Twitter.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, so it was kind of like surprising that they weren't complaining as much. I saw maybe one or two that they were complaining about the people making noises, but that's that's what happens at every major.
Yeah.
Even if it's admittedly it's a little close. I saw that when there were some very good matches happening, they were all cluttered, like the area.
Yeah.
So there was no way that you could see, because it was just too crowded, and I feel that made some of the players get nervous, because if you were the persons that was cheered against, like you probably had this in your head, like all the time they're cheering against me. But it's just the name of the game. People need to bring like those noise canceling
Headphones, yeah.
Tournament nerves always happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but like I didn't see that much complaints. So the last day, when I was there, I was playing Chunky for a little bit, and then I left, and that was pretty much it. Because I stayed there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But Sunday I left like at 10:30 a.m. Because I was just one match away from going to top 65.
Holy smokes.
Top 64 to play on the last day, but I was just one match away.
Damn.
Yeah, well, that's fine, because it was fun, like overall fun event. Yeah,
You would recommend to go next year?
I would say so. Yes, but they need to do better with
The parking.
The parking, yeah, the parking advertisement. They need to let people know,
Yeah.
because I feel like they would have. Some people would actually save money if.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because when it comes to Miami, it's like you got to be real specific when it comes to parking. Like, let that be known on your Start DG. Let that be known on social media. Be like, hey, if you're going to park anywhere, park here. Show the picture. Let people see exactly where to park. So that way they have an idea of, okay, I need to park there because I don't want to park anywhere else to, get the possibility of getting my car towed. And then they're going to charge me like $200 plus
Right.
to get my car out.
And that
Yeah.
prize money would be feeling like gold at that point.
Oh man.
You work for your tow, which would be so awkward, actually.
You have to do a lot of money matches to make that money.
Imagine.
Sounds like one guy we know. You know who you are.
All right. One of our next topics is what are your thoughts on what it was? Your thoughts on the current generation of Smash? Yeah.
Jinx.
You mean like skill wise, generally?
I'd say generally.
Generally.
Generally. Okay. I believe because I've been in the community just for Smash Ultimate since it came out up until now. Like I've been playing. I can tell for certainty, just my opinion, that the current generation is actually stronger than the previous one. Because yes, on the previous one you had like tough players, but like everyone, like there was a huge gap between those players into like the shitters.
Yeah.
Like right now, you have the top players. You got some people that could upset the top players. You got like the people in like the middle that they're not very consistent, but they could still take out a game setup too, like sometimes. And then you will have the shitters. So that division wasn't there before, at least in my opinion. I believe that what is it? I believe that when that happened. And I saw that the generation was actually getting stronger. I thought that was cool, but the other part is that I think that they're too sensitive. Like, but it's mostly made of kids. But I would say even the adults are sensitive. So that kind of caught me as a surprise.
Yeah.
Because you would think that the kids will be like a little bit more like
Whiny and complaining, but
but it's actually adults as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what kind of like gets me.
It throws me off as well.
Like we said earlier, it's a generational gap.
Yeah, and it's just strange. But I would say, like, skill-wise, I will say this generation is better.
Okay. We got a question from Gamers Heaven, South Florida. Shout out to y'all.
Oh, hi.
If you can make one last patch, what would you do? I got an answer for that.
Yeah, it will have to be a fighters pass to patch, like, as a whole, I would say. Because, like, with the other characters, they're fine, I would say. Like, they're not as broken as this fighter pass 2. Kazuya and Steve definitely need a couple of like realistic nerfs. Like, you don't want to invalidate the characters, but you don't want to make it as so that their advantage can just take a stock just because you messed up once.
Yeah.
So they could give you at least a little wiggle room for the person to either get the ad out or like for a nerf or of an attack, because I think Minecart from Steve is broken. I think Electric Godfist from Kazuya is also broken. Like, it's just two moves that don't make sense. So yeah, I would do like the patch just exclusive for Fighter Pass 2 so that they could balance out those characters and like just have them to be meta prevalent, but not have them be meta dominant.
Yeah,
they kind of just made Fighter Pass 2 and then just kind of like call it a day. Min also needs.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, so you just kind of call it a day. So I would just have that patch over to them because they released Sora and I don't think they released any more patches. Maybe
I think
it was
after
one.
Sora, they just said goodbye.
Yeah,
They just like literally just went peace out.
yeah, and they just left.
Yep.
I would say for me, if for a last patch for Smash, I would introduce rollback netcode.
Ooh, you're saying blasphemy right now, brother.
I would roll back netcode
That's like 5.
because I'm just like, if that's the one thing I feel like is holding a good amount of players that play Smash, especially on a competitive level. Yeah. Because I've heard the complaints about Wi-Fi, and trust me when I say this, I've played Smash on Wi-Fi before. Even though I have the little USB thing where you hook it up to Ethernet, it's dog shit.
It's like you're fighting the Wi-Fi more than some other players.
Yeah, it is dog shit. But since rollback netcode is starting to become a norm, I would introduce it to Smash Ultimate. Why not? Because
it's not too late.
Yeah, it's not too late. Granted, I think to me it can be done. Like, especially if you let people mod Smash, especially online Smash, in a way to where they can try to implement it in, test it out, and then test it out in other regions to see how good the netcode is. It can be done.
Doesn't Nintendo frown upon that?
What's up?
Mods.
Yeah, but we don't care. People mod their Switch all the time.
At this point, I wouldn't either.
Like, you give them rollback. You give the Smash community rollback netcode for their game. I'm telling you right now, it'll increase definitely by tenfold. And now you'll start to see players that you've never even heard of, and they're just like godlike online. And then when you see them in person at a major and you play against them, like, oh, okay, this person is legit. because there are people that, yeah, they're good on online, but when you play them in person, it's just like, the difference.
Yeah, because they got used to like Wi-Fi lag to like make some of their combos work.
Yeah, it's like the Wi-Fi is working for you, not against you, but it's working against the person that you're fighting against. So now that person has to fight two things, you and the damn netcode. But I would say roll back netcode for Smash Ultimate, make that happen.
It is input delay. That makes sense.
Yeah, the input delay just sucks.
Yeah,
Fuck input delay.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
I sound like AJ now. Jesus.
It's atrocious. But Wally, what about you? What would your last patch be for
I
Smash?
have not much since I'm not a Smash player, but buff King K. Rool. I just feel like triggering somebody.
Carol got a couple good buffs.
Like, I don't know who, but I feel like someone's gonna get triggered. That or Bowser.
Nah, Bowser's too heavy.
I'm joking.
He's heavy. He's already strong or whatnot. So
Maybe lose a couple pounds. I don't know. I'm not a Smash player.
I would say for the current, my thoughts on the current generation of Smash, it's good. And player wise, I feel like the player base wise, like me coming into it and just like learning about it is like there's still a lot of growing up to do in the community. Like there's a lot of growing up to do in this community. Granted, when the pandemic happened, and I'm sure you already know about all the allegations of people being outed for
Smashgate. Was that the name of it?
No,
Wrong case. Wrong situation.
But if you remember that time,
You're saying when they were canceling people?
yeah.
Smashgate. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay, Smashgate, yeah.
Smashgate.
Yeah, a lot of people in the Smash community were getting outed, being canceled.
Not one.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. Because
Not at
I think, and that's something that I also forgot to mention. I see this Smash community in general more of a social club than I see it as a competitive scene.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again, given the fact that they like drama. They like
controversy.
Yeah, they like controversy and shit like that. So because otherwise, what else is there? Just get good at the game, but that's not enough. Some of the people, the shitters, I would say, it's mostly the shitters and the orbiters. The orbiters are the people that are not in the community anymore. They're not active in playing, but they're still around Twitter.
Yeah.
So like those people, like they like drama and stuff like that. So they'll kind
because it's the one thing that's keeping them relevant.
Yes.
Granted, they don't play the game competitively, and they're not in the competitive scene anymore. But they're still around in the community, and whatnot. Still, giving their advice and their 2 cents. Which fine, okay, but it's just like, if it's not going to better the competitive scene to the point where it's less about it's less drama, but more about just the competitive nature of Smash, and of course in the community as well, then that's all they're going to keep doing.
Yeah, and it's just a vicious circle, because it's just going to happen again. Like, take my word for it, quote me. I'm never gonna Jeffrey Epstein myself, by the way, just in case I'm right about this. Just make sure to know that this is something that's going to happen again, because this is just bound for drama. Like, the people don't want to improve their game. What they want to do is just hang out.
Yeah.
So by them just wanting to hang out, it's like, how is the game out for like 4 years and people are still shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Either they don't want to improve, or they're just there to hang out.
It's just casual gaming,
which is completely fine. I'm not against it. I don't have any problems with it. But to call yourself a competitor is kind of like an insult to the people that actually compete and make this like a super grind.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because like those are real competitors. They're like flying out all the time. They're like competing. They're always getting better. You played them one time and you were able to like do a good game, but then like a couple months later they're just shitting on you. Like, those are people that are like completely serious about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people just don't take the game seriously, and all they want to do is just hang out. And that's fine. It's just that they just need to understand that when it comes to like competing,
you want to take it seriously.
You want to take it seriously.
You want to at least show that, okay, if I've been playing this game for X amount of years, like hell, 4 years, like the game came out in 2018.
Yeah.
It's like, what have you been doing during that time frame? And have you been progressing? Have you been getting good? When you go to majors, are you making top 24, top 16? Like those are, like general questions that you would ask yourself, or you would ask any player that's been playing the same game for a very certain amount of time. Granted, I understand with some of the younger players, that came in, they don't have the finances or the resources to go to all these locals or majors, whatnot.
They get nervous when they're at the big tournament.
Yeah,
it's their first experience, so it's understandable that they're going to be getting like that.
But for the adults that have been traveling around and whatnot, it's like, why are you still
then
at the same
now we're
level?
gonna get called we're the anti-fun police or some shit like that. I can already see it coming. They're gonna twist it in some way.
Up for $5.
They're gonna twist it in some way that it's gonna make it seem that we don't know what we're talking about. We're just like three people on mics. It's just gonna start some shit again, and they're gonna spin it out of proportion, which is what they do. They like the drama that comes with it, but the facts and things that are actually with the game, like, hey, you're not improving, like you're just staying there for hang out. It's actually some players that like take this game seriously think it's a waste of time to play with these people, because what are you gonna learn from this person? They're always doing the same combos. They're always like either rolling in or like doing some stupid shit.
And you know their habits.
Yeah, and then like when you see someone playing just like this, and they're still beating the other person, the other person is like try-harding all that, and they're doing this, it's because they already know how they're gonna play. Like, it's just telegraph at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless you can see that you're playing this person and like to make this person's times worth it, that you're just wasting their time. And some people are too nice to like just keep playing this person for hours.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid of like being mean to them and being like, hey, listen, I don't want to play you anymore. I think this, they'll make up some sort of excuse to go, but like they will literally be there trying to like play this person for hours, and they will be like back to square one because they left that hour invested into it just went into nothing.
Yeah, and I remember, I think weeks back, I think early October or maybe late September, I remember asking a question on Twitter about when and this was of course directed to mostly, of course it was a general question directed to everyone, but it was mostly towards the Smash community, especially the ones here in South Florida. And I asked the question of, what is more important? What's more important, winning and placing high or improving? Mm-hmm. And you can kind of see in the community, like for as long as I've been in it, granted I'm still new to everything about it, I can see like who's in it to improve their game and who's just in it just to place high and get the place high and just win a local or whatnot.
Get the bread.
Yeah, just get the bread and that's it. Like, GG's, I'm out. Let me get the prize money. I'm out. Deuces.
It's happening.
And instead of just caring about improving your game, not making bad habits, because I can tell you, from the times that I've been either sitting here or standing over there watching the stream, I can see players making the same bad habits over and over and over again. I don't know Smash. I don't know the game competitively enough, but when I start seeing bad habits, like you're starting to do the same thing over and over again,
and you can just pick it up easily.
And I can pick it up easily. It's like you're becoming predictable.
Yeah.
You're not mixing up your options. You're not conditioning your opponent to play, have them play towards you instead of you're playing towards them. Like, have them play your game instead of you're playing their game, to the point where now they keep taking a stock from you. And I always see it where, let's just say I have the thought. Let's just say that they end up almost getting 3 stocked or whatnot. Like, they lost 2 of their stocks early in the game and now they're in panic mode. That's where you start seeing a lot of mistakes happen or whatnot, and they get frustrated because it's just like, especially if you're playing on stream, and I'm just like, you gotta take a breather, like relax, don't go rushing in. Like, you lose a stock, don't just rush right back in and try to go ahead and run and take their stock or whatnot. Like,
Yeah, because that's when they get reversal.
Yeah. I've seen it happen so often, and I'm just like, and it's not even the people that go 0-2. It's usually the people that win locals. I'm starting to see y'all making bad habits. Mm-hmm. I don't even play the game, but I start seeing the bad habits. It's just like, you're becoming so predictable. Like, stop doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all need to care about improving your game rather than winning it, because if you improve your game and you stop making these bad habits, you're going to win naturally. And then when you go to majors or regionals, you're going to do well because now you're not making the same bad habits as you were doing. You're learning how to condition people to play on your terms instead of on their terms, and then you'll end up winning the game.
Right.
Yeah, if I do have something to say, like when it comes to the FGC or in general, process how you get hit or what you do and so forth. I think someone, Flynn's Gaming Marvello, actually said this to Butters. And then it reflected to me. Like, I learned how to practice my mistakes and see what I can do to advance forward. Literally, it's all about practicing, seeing how you can interact, and even though I don't do this much myself, and I will openly admit this on podcasts, lab. Experiment. See what you can do about your situations.
But that's the thing when it comes to Smash Ultimate, is that I don't think they have a lot of labbing options compared to like a game like Guilty Gear Strive, to where they can't. It was something that Herb said. Labbing interactions.
Yeah.
Like, if Smash players had a very robust training mode where they can lab certain interactions against other characters. They would be much better in the long run.
This reminds me of something.
Which is why it's best to, when you're playing friendlies with people or whatnot, don't just do it in a case of just, bullshitting, just passing time or whatnot. Lab
process.
Yeah, like lab some interactions, see what you can do, experiment what you can and can't do, and play against different people of all different skill levels, whether the person goes 0-2 or they're, PR. Like, play anybody. Like, open yourself up to just everybody, so that way they can learn from you, you can learn from them.
Right. Yeah, so with that, it's just that, and like the confidence that you have with like certain people when you're playing with them. Like, for example, I have like two buddies that we will be talking shit to each other about our game,
right?
Like mid-match, and that's a good way to also improve, because it's like, why the fuck are you spot dodging right here? Like, why are you mashing spot dodge? And then you would watch it for next time, because it's one of their bad habits. And then you will punish it for the stock, and then you say some shit like, "Oh, I told you to stop fucking spot dodging." Like, so it's kind of something that it will be ingrained in their heads if you do it that way. But if you're just playing and then you're just like passing time and stuff like that, and then you're not constantly giving each other feedback, then I don't think it will be as much fruitful as it would if you're actually like just communicating with a person. It doesn't have to be like super technical. It can just be like just talking shit.
It's a muscle memory. It's a muscle memory to be in development, or at least an idea being formed, a plan, a contingency. That's one way to figure out your own situations.
Yeah, and that's is a great way for you to improve and just go forward with that, honestly, because when I say y'all Smash players, especially the ones here in South Florida, y'all have a lot of bad habits. Y'all got a lot of bad habits that y'all need to stop doing. If you're wondering why, because it's just like, if you're wondering why you're losing to a player that's a much lower seed than you, it's because you're doing bad habits. If you don't want that to happen, then stop doing bad habits, because guess what? That person that's below you in seeding, whether and you're way up there and they're way at the bottom, and then they end up taking a game from you, you'll be like, I shouldn't have not lost to this person, or why the hell did I lose to this person? And now you're tilted. It's just because they see your bad habits. They took advantage of your bad habits, and that's how they won.
Some people get tilted after losing game one, and so they lose the game two, even though they're the better player.
They lose to themselves before they lose the next match.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate psych thing that happens.
Yeah, and I do not want to out any player. I don't want to do that. I don't want to out any player, but this player, I've interacted with this player, quite some time on an occasional basis and whatnot, and I would always say, breathe, relax. Like, take a deep breath. Do not rush. Just take your time because you have, 7-8 minutes in the game?
Yeah, that's something I also realized. Is you have a lot.
The game lasts a while.
Yeah.
It's not like this
shoot.
Guilty Gear, just like 99 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And less than 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah. Like,
Quick and painless.
take your time. Don't rush into it or whatnot. Find ways to, readjust, calm yourself down, and then come back into the situation, come back into the match and be like, all right, let me take a breather and just, all right, let me make sure that I don't repeat the same mistakes again, because when you rush right back into it, you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over
breathing
again.
It gets heavier sometimes, and it just feels like anxiety's kicking in when you don't really have to have it.
Yeah, and even if you have to stand up and just be like, take a deep breath, be like do that, like before you go into your next match, like do that. Like, okay, game 1 is done. You're about to go into game 2. Stand up, take a deep breath, stretch, and be like, okay, and go right back into it. Probably you'll end up doing a lot better.
Yeah, and also with gamers, I always yell at my own teammates to do this, but drink water, hydrates. Because some people get sweaty and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you just get a dry mouth, and you're thinking about the dry mouth more than your own mix. I'm not wrong. That's the thing. Because I, too, am one of those people.
Yeah, you can drop your combos because you're doing with your mouth, and
you're distracting
you just drop a
yourself.
combo.
I'm literally in the middle match. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. And then I see my own demise. I'm like, food better be good. I'm not one of those people that get angry.
Yeah, like when you're going to your next match, like make sure you're well hydrated, you get some food in your system, and you're ready to rock and roll. You're warmed up. You're ready to go. And for better or for worse, whether you win or lose, learn from the experience.
Always.
Like you don't lose. It's either you win or you learn. Mm-hmm. Like that's the mindset. Lots of players in our South Florida community need to adopt. It's
Always.
You win or you learn. And don't think that because you're not winning, you're not learning. You're just that you're not choosing to learn.
Yeah,
you want to win so badly because you're equating winning as improving. Yes, but at the same time, if you look at your replay, like if you're playing on stream and you're not learning from your loss, then it's just like you're not learning at all.
Yeah.
You're choosing to lose.
Yeah, I think I'm one of those, not to boost my ego, I'm one of those living examples that learn.
Yeah, just learn to accept your losses and just look at the VODs. Let's see what you did wrong and let's see what you did right. If you did something right, cool. If you did something wrong, all right, let's work on that.
Honestly, it's very pride depraving sometimes for some people. They get really angry and such. You're like, I don't want to look at this video. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and watch it, honestly.
Yeah.
You have to reflect. Self-reflection is very important and it goes for everything.
Yeah.
But especially your gaming and to continue that next level, do it.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to if you want to be competitive, you want to get to that next level, you have to have that competitive mindset of just, I either win or I learn. I don't believe in losing. I know I'm going to lose, but if I lose, I need to learn why did I lose.
Yeah, it's good to have that mental self.
And you don't take it personally. That's the key thing. Do not take it personally.
That's the thing. People take it personally. They don't improve. For example, when I say that people think of Smash as a social club, some people are gonna get triggered.
Yeah.
Inevitably, because they'll be like, "Oh, but I'm here. I still go to tournaments every week. You're discouraging the players." Blah blah blah. No, but if you want to come and compete, the idea is for you to improve. 4 years of not improving or 4 years of staying stagnant is worrisome.
Yeah,
it is.
For you to call yourself a competitor and just to just remain there. I'm not saying you have to win a major.
Not at all.
But
Not at all.
Your improvement is measured by the people that you beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
Once you're beating people that used to shit on you before, and not just once, and I'm talking about consistently.
Yeah.
Then that's how you can see, okay, so at least my game improved, I'm making fewer mistakes and I'm winning more. When that's not what you want to do, and what you want to do is just hang out with people, you don't care how you do in bracket.
Yeah.
Even though you say you do care how you do, but in reality, you just there to hang out and pass time with people.
Yeah.
Just like I said,
Yeah, it's fine.
it's completely fine, but don't conflate the two. Like you're either
Yeah.
here to compete or you're here to hang.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, it's just that when you come to compete, you gotta know that you always gotta be in that search for improvement.
Yeah, you have to have that. You have to have a very sharp mindset going in. That, all right, I'm here to compete. I'm here to do something. I'm here to really do give your competitive best. Like you want to give it your all, give it your best, improve yourself. That you're able to go up against people that are much better than you.
Yeah.
And give them even people that are much better than you a hard time fighting. They have a hard time fighting against you. They have a hard time trying to figure you out. You want to get to that kind of level to where it's like, okay, I can't underestimate you. I did in the beginning because I'm thinking, okay, I can easily just get game 1, game 2 done. All right, cool. Now just like shit. This person's going to game 3 with me.
It's like, what
or
do I
this
do?
person's going to game 5 with me. This person's resetting the bracket on me. Shit.
Bro, I'm a living example. Don't get me started yesterday.
But it's just like those moments that make the competitive scene all that much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because,
Literally.
because it's not always the same people winning all the time.
Yeah.
Because when you have that, some regions on Smash, you always know on what regions and what states the person is always winning. That just means that there's no competition there.
Yeah.
That person is like dominating that whole scene, and there's
Yeah.
one that may be getting close but is always losing. And then between the two of them, they just kind of screw the rest of the scene. It's not here. You change almost like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. There's like different people winning.
Yeah.
Tournaments, so which makes it even more fun to actually watch than just watching that very old same person win.
Yeah. Granted, at times I do get the complaint of I am tired of seeing. I'm just throwing examples out here. I am not calling anyone out. Like they're tired of seeing Chunky go up against Dominator. They're tired of
I
seeing.
mean, those are the two that are doing the best right now. When it comes to like,
You're not
They're tired
wrong.
of Chunky going up against Apple. They're tired of seeing that. But it's just like you can get up there if you apply yourself.
Just do something about it.
Yeah, you can get up there if you're tired of seeing the same people win locals each and every week. Do something about it. You get up there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
But
what I
it
tell
goes
myself.
back to what you said earlier. It's either you're here to hang out and have fun, or you're here to compete. Both are completely acceptable. Nothing wrong with neither of them. But it's just the end result. What end result that you want? Because if you're just here to hang out and have fun, then of course you're gonna always see the two most competitive people at the very top. Always.
Right. And you can't complain that you didn't do as well as you hoped if you're coming here primarily to have fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like you gotta remember that there's people that are here to compete and here to take names and here to like improve.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming here to have fun, like you can't, and then you get like a bad result, you can't be mad at anyone. but
Not
yourself.
at all.
Yeah. The thing is that they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they want to have like everything at the same time and just do great at tournaments. It's just that how it works. You gotta like sacrifice something to like obtain the other.
Yeah.
Like you sacrifice fun, yeah, but you're competing and you're more focused on competing. So I think that's just how I view it. I don't know. I may be wrong. I don't know. People are just strange in these times.
It's a very like subjective statement.
Yeah.
It's,
that
it's
peop-
like art, literally.
Yeah, and when it comes to like competitive games, like fighting games and whatnot, and games like Smash, like it's always very interesting and unique when you look at it because you can see the competitive nature in it, and of course you'll also see the social aspect of it, and both are really good, but if you really want to take it to that next level or whatnot, then it's just like you have to change your mindset and then start applying yourself to get to that level. It's not going to be easy. You are going to take a lot of losses, but the people who are at the top, you could ask them, how many losses did it take for you to get to where you were at? How much hours did you put in to get to where you're at? And they'll tell you they put in a lot of time and a lot of work. Or some of them are just flat out gifted. Flat out gifted.
Yeah.
They just know the game like that, which is rare.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are working their ass off, grinding it out each and every day, trying to get to that top.
Yeah.
And they have fun doing it.
Yeah.
That's why, as you said, it's social aspect and the competitive aspect. Both are good, but it really depends on where do you stand with that.
Or what you want the most.
Yeah, like what do you really want the most? You want to win a lot, or just have fun and just make memories or whatnot?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just say, I just want to play the game, get things going forward, handle my business.
Yeah,
I'm cool with those people.
yeah. Even when, like, for me, when it comes to here at Flint, it's like I want to get more new people, some new faces into the community. The one thing I always tell them is just avoid Twitter. Avoid Twitter, and you'll be fine.
I got on Twitter, I think it was 2019, worst mistake of my life.
You of course.
You know that Peter Griffin meme, like that he's running away from the plane? Worst mistake of my life. That's me when I made it, because I didn't understand that it was just a cesspool of people with just talking crap like all the time.
You're right.
And
You're right.
I got kind of caught off guard until someone told me welcome to Twitter, and that's when I started realizing how the people on Twitter were, which is odd because like some of these people off Twitter, they will be cool, but then on Twitter they'll be just like this.
They have a different persona.
Yeah, this annoying ass. So that's what I was doing by playing Fire with Fire.
Yeah.
I was just being that person, you know.
Oh my goodness, that was the best laugh I ever had.
So
This
and they
this
couldn't
month at least.
understand it. That's the thing. They couldn't understand that I was just messing around with them, messing with the platform.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Smash players are weird, bro.
Smash players
They're a
are
different
weird.
breed. As a guy who just got into fighting games, they're a different breed.
You know, like I've been on Twitter, like on some threads, different threads and stuff like that, and then one argument that it would shut down like a Smash player will be someone that's not a Smash related, someone or something just say something like, "Oh, never mind, he's a Smash player."
No, I love
So
the stereotype.
it kind of has its own connotation. To
Yeah.
it, you know. So people outside the game kind of know how the Smash people behave.
Yeah.
So when they say it's a Smash player, that
my
lets
God.
you
Yeah,
know.
it gets them tilted.
Bro,
Yeah.
we've talked about stereotypes. I completely forgot about that.
It's just like that. It's just that they already know how the Smash player behaves, so they kind of got its own connotation for it. I thought that was funny when I saw it.
That's why when you go to majors, you see all the SGC people do not go or interact with the Smash crowd. Like,
especially the weirdos with the Burger King crowns. I'm just.
they'll be like, "We'll be over here. Y'all can just be over there. We can coexist in the same building. It's just
Just
that
stay in your lane.
Yeah, we just gonna stay in our lane. Y'all stay over there."
And I've
But
heard
you
people say it
guys are
smells.
part of other communities, right? So
Yep.
Are they as weird or weirder than the Smash community?
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
It's like adults, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
already people
like
that
grown
already
people that
know.
are ready to handle their business and able to have proper human conversation.
Yeah, so
And
they
don't complain about like small shit.
No, I mean you get the few percent, the very minuscule amount. I'll talk about the monitors, the PlayStations, but that's very like on occasion.
Yeah, that's very like for that. That's like very rare.
It's a niche.
Yeah, it's a niche.
A
It's
niche
not
of, like-
commonly known.
It's like a niche of douchebag, honestly.
Okay, so it's not that FGC in general. Then it will be just like the Smash players being like whiny little kids.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I chose the wrong community. I guess.
Don't worry. Don't you worry. I'll take you
It's
hostage for
just like,
Strive.
it's just Sephiroth just being in Smash that kind of made it for me, you know. So it's like if it wasn't any other game, I saw that Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. He was on Tekken,
Yes.
and I think he's broken on that game.
Yes.
So maybe I'll try that. But I don't know. Are they still active?
Yeah, Tekken's still
Literally,
alive.
It's still alive.
Yeah, Tekken is still alive.
Been alive since the 90s.
Yep.
It's one of those undying games, along with Street Fighter, then Guilty Gear becoming a newer, dying game. Undying game. I'm sorry.
I saw also Soul Calibur. I think it was the game.
Don't you
one.
dare go near Soul Calibur.
Yeah, that game's dead.
Yeah,
It's dead.
Yeah,
like,
dead.
I
I love Soul Calibur, but it's just
I cried laughing because like, oh hey, join our community, and I hear there's like 8 people, and it's like, oh, that's the community. This was after I lost O2 and CEO just because I got bored and wanted to join a game. I ran away from it.
So there's no more Soul Calibur.
Nah, man.
In spirit, you can play casually like the Smash players.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't get Soul Calibur because it's just like
very.
it's very niche because it's similar to Tekken, but it's just you're using weapons and whatnot.
You have a horizontal, vertical, and the combos are less than like 2 or 3 hits, and then you have certain like drives, I guess.
Yeah, but even with the latest one that they have, which is far superior than that abomination that they call Soul Calibur fucking 5,
We never talked
and it's
about
much
5.
better than 4. But I'm just like, this is a good one. This is good. Soul Calibur 6 is really
It's a
good.
whole remake, literally, like story wise,
Yeah.
wise.
Like, they did some good right shit because 5 was ass.
It was. 4,
Then I remember they had a free-to-play version one of Soul Calibur. That shit was ass.
I missed 4 because of Darth Vader and shit.
Yeah, you wasn't missing much.
All right. Well, there were some like funny characters. I know that on 2 there was Link, right?
Yes.
2 there was Link. Yeah.
And then the PlayStation version had Spawn.
No, Heihachi. Xbox has Spawn.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I like the guest characters on games. I kind of like breaking that fork.
Yeah, the last one was Geralt from The Witcher,
Yeah.
which was cool.
No. 2B from Near Automata.
Oh, Geralt and Tubi. I forgot
Yeah.
about those two.
Yeah, 2 guest characters.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you do Soul Calibur, at least just do it for the character customization online. That shit's funny.
If you can find people online.
It's hard to find people online.
Yeah.
It's easier to play Smash through Wi-Fi than get here.
I'm hoping with
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I'm hoping with Tekken 8 they have some guest characters and yeah. Of course I'll definitely gonna be playing Tekken 8.
Oh, of course. So for sure, I am too in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
I want to learn and get smoked on. I'm at least honest enough to say I will get smoked most likely, and that's okay.
All right. What other topics that we have left, Waluigi?
Let's see. We have what does gaming mean to you?
Yeah. What does gaming mean to you?
Well, it's definitely a cool hobby. It's definitely a cool, inexpensive way to pass time. Like if you're just like playing locally with your friends and all that, it starts getting more expensive when you're accounting for hotels, travel, and all that. But compared to other hobbies that you kind of either had to put money in for materials and stuff like that, gaming is not really that much. You just kind of buy the stuff once and you're just playing there. So for me, it's good. It's a good way to pass time.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of video games before, but now with the time that I have, which is like almost non-existent, I just play Smash a little bit. It's good because I could meet some very cool people through gaming, which is something that means a lot. And I want to reiterate that it kind of saved me from having a bad life.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was born there in that area, so it was, it was I don't know. It's just I don't know how to describe it.
I understand.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just an area that it would be like you could feel the vibes just like being there. You just have to look straight coming back home, so that because it will be to the point that even making eye contact and just like extending it or looking someone mean could mean trouble for you.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep it straight, be a good boy, and just head home. So gaming kind of just like, then nature took its course, and then stuff started improving and stuff like that, and then that wasn't a fear anymore. And then, but gaming was still there because it helped me. So it means a lot, to have that in my life.
Well said.
And then, what kind of moments that like you had to be there to see, like to witness?
For Smash,
Anything in
any
general.
gaming moment in general, like if you had a friend, a gaming moment, like first attack, anything.
I really don't have that much, but I would say one of my favorite moments on Smash will be come to Papa 3. There was this tournament that was hosted in Orlando, and Purple Guy was there.
Ah,
And
I
he
remember
was
that.
on stream against a Falco. I forgot the tag of the Falco. They were game 3, and then the Falco was up ahead 2 stocks. So the Falco taunted. The Falco taunt where he throws like the little laser to the
Yes.
like, with the feet. So after that, I don't know what came over Purple Guy that he just like took the stock And then on the last talk, it was he wanted to do a side B, which is like the Phantom, to the stage, and he read that and he did the Zelda spike, and for me that was great because he won, and then he just popped off and all that. You know how purple guy is.
Yes, yes.
So I thought that was funny because at the time I didn't know the guy, and what it was one of my first tournaments. So when I saw that happen, I was like, this is so fucking cool, like because it happened because that's literally the definition of taunt to get body.
Yeah.
Because it's like you were doing that to purple guy on stream and you got fucked for it, and I thought that was fun. I was cheering on.
That's funny as hell.
Oh
I
yeah.
would say that's the only one on Smash moments that I would say.
All right.
And gaming pet peeves. Like
What gaming pet peeves that you have?
It could be anything like Wi-Fi, people, etc.
Orbiters, like the people that are not playing the game anymore, but somehow are still involved in the community.
Yeah.
It's like you know, like, but you're still around in a negative way. It's not like you're there in a positive way to foster the community or like to lead it
Or bring new people in.
or to bring new people in or to just to be a positive experience.
Orbiters, I like that name because it makes actual sense. I'm doing a whole rotation.
Yes, they're just orbiting around the scene.
I like that.
They're not there, and it's just they're just still around, I guess, for the drama. And like the people that also another gaming pet peeve, the people that say that they're retired. What does it mean to be retired?
Yeah.
That's very
Subjective.
dull.
Because
In-
like, well,
in-
it's like they're saying as if they worked 30 years. They were 30 years in the scene, and
like
they just
Tom
retire
Brady.
with benefits. That's what I think when they say retire. I think they just kind of throw that word around.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm retired. Oh, it's like okay, but then you will see them again in tournaments, and then they have this thing that it's like, if they do good, they're like, oh, like I still got it, you know, like.
That's sad. I'm not gonna lie.
If they lost and they underperform, they will be like, oh yeah, I just didn't take this. I just don't take this fun anymore or whatever. I'm just here to hang out with people. So it's like they never lose.
Yeah.
They always have an excuse. It's like
To make it sound like they're winning.
yes, but why you say that you retire in the first place?
That's so depressing. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, if you say you retire, it just means that you stop playing the game completely.
Yeah, like, or you stop competing.
When you retire from work, you retire from work. You
Yeah,
don't
you-
come back one day and say, "Hey, let me clock in for a bit. Let me just work."
Nah, you're
You're
done.
done. You're done.
You're done. You're like, I wipe my hands with it. I'm done. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time.
Sayonara.
It's time for me to check out. I'm heading off to other ventures.
And for most people that watch this and want to know a correct way to say you're taking a break, a hiatus.
The hiatus, yeah.
Yeah, you can say, you know what? I'm taking a hiatus.
Yeah, and we've known a couple people that take actual hiatus to break from a game. They have to do life things, professional things, so forth, and then come back. Like, hey, I'm back again.
Yeah.
That's how you professionally do it instead of like saying you're retired and you're like our age.
Yeah.
If you're 30, you can't literally retire.
I mean, you can. If you're like completely done, like for me, I could say that when it comes to like TCG, because I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, like a lot.
Like OG stuff, that's understandable.
Yeah, like from I would say age 18 to 24 is when I played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yes,
I retired.
6 years makes sense, but
Yeah,
for
6 years like makes sense.
but for Smash Ultimate, that's only been there for how long again?
4 years, and there's people
That does
like
not make sense.
that they were already retired when it was like on the 2 year mark.
You just
don't
divorcing.
even have enough time to like accumulate sick days from 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Literally.
why you say that you're retired? You haven't started, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a funny word to me. It kind of gets
It is.
me.
I'm glad you said this, so I can at least piggyback and agree with this.
Yeah, it's just those two, like the orbiters and people that say that they're retired. I will talk about the drones, but that's after.
Oh my goodness! And then the last thing is closing remarks.
I'm glad I met the people that I met because it makes the game more fun. I think I will be branching out to out of state games, out of state competition. I won't be
Nice.
so much in the local scene anymore. I will be, but I won't be as active as I was during that time period. It has to do a lot with work because I'm taking additional work. Besides working where I'm working right now, I'm also going to be practicing for a behavioral health technician,
Good stuff.
which is something that I studied because I graduated from psychology in 2016. And from my work, I have a subdivision of it that kind of lets me practice what I studied.
That's
But
awesome.
as a part time on the evenings, I want to do that behavioral health technician, which is kind of like an assistant to like a therapist, a clinician. So they kind of handle like people with substance and drug abuse.
Right.
So they kind of like keep a close tab on them. Like they keep records, they converse with a person, and then those notes they bring them over to the clinician, and that's what they'll be taking care of. So my time will be, if it was limited now, it's gonna be way more limited with that because it's something that I studied, so it's something I want to do. But I still want to be part of like the Smash game, just not in the local level because of those time constraints. But if I could make out of state tournaments on any time that I could like plan in advance, then I would do it.
Yeah.
People need to stop being little bitches. They need to stop being sensitive, bro. Like over on games. Like how are you gonna how are you gonna beef with someone over games? Like I don't know.
It's
And,
childish as it is.
you know, and in Puerto Rico, like before, if you have beef with someone, you will like settle the beef. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In you know, it will get physical. But the thing is that there was no police involved. There was like nothing like that. It was just like you, the other person, and a couple other people, and then you will resolve the stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that here.
Handling business.
Here you could like touch someone like in a way that they don't like, and you could get sued.
Yeah.
And so it kind of makes it hard for like if you have a problem with somebody, you just kind of have to mess with them rather than like get physical or confront them.
Yeah.
Because if you do, like the things that you have to lose far outweigh what you will gain from even interacting with that person to begin with. So it's not worth getting into arguments with people, especially over video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're so sensitive that trolling or just doing that stuff gets to you, then the problem is you, not the person that's doing it, because the people that's doing it is just trying to egg you, trying to provoke. But if you fall for it, nobody to blame but yourself. So I don't know. I just wish people were a little bit more. What is it?
Desensitized.
Yeah, I mean, like just take jokes,
Or at least-
in a
Or just be
better way.
mature.
Understanding.
Yeah, just be mature, because like the people that I can talk to and just joke around and call them all sorts of names and they call me names. Those are the people I like hanging out with, because we know that we don't mean what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like we don't mean it at all. We're just joking around. We're just messing around. Just joking around with people. Doing that to somebody that has a problem with you, even if you don't know that person has a problem with you, it's just unnecessary drama, and I don't like unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
But I like messing with
Nobody
people.
should.
Like
I like
can
messing with the people. I don't know.
Like I can say that there are some people that don't pick up well on like social cues, or they don't have a lot of social experience with people, especially when they interact with different kinds of people, because they're so used to the people that they're already have in their own little circle, so they don't go outside that bubble and try to get to know or understand other people that may not be in their circle. And I find that even at times that's like, yeah, that's why you just like you can't joke with certain people or whatnot, because they
Yeah.
may take it in a much more different way than you do and whatnot. Granted, you're not coming at them with malicious intent, or you're not trying to be offensive or whatnot, but it's just the fact that there's just some people that just cannot take that. And me learning that, especially when I know that there are players here in South Florida where I have like what, 10 years, hell, even 15, like double, like, let me see, I'm 34 divided by 2, you're looking at 17. So I'm double their age.
Yeah.
Like the average, I would say Smash players like around, 19, like 19, 20, 21 is like the average. The youngest I would say is about 15. So I got years over them, whatnot. And it's just like, yeah, there's a generational gap, and it's just
I like that word I constructed.
yeah, it's a generational
It
gap,
really
and it's
is.
just that how you interact with them is not going to be the same way as how you would interact with someone that is like around your age range.
Oh my goodness, you're
Yeah,
right.
so me learning that is just like, yeah, that's why with certain people, I'm gonna keep my distance because you're not up to that level of where I'm at. You know?
It's just you always want to err in the side of caution.
Yeah,
Because these people were brought up in a digital age and a digital world.
Yep.
So all they know is Twitter, all they know is social media, and all
Yeah.
they know is that. So when it comes to like real life interactions, it's just different because
Yeah.
you have like the difference that are starting to become apparent there. But the thing is that, and again, just in closing, it's just disheartening that you have to explain to people that you're not meaning the shit that you say on social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't have to explain that I'm joking, because if I do, it loses the joke.
yeah,
It dies out.
yeah,
Because it's like, I don't know. But the people that know me for me, which is like a limited number of people on the community, they know that I didn't mean anything bad by it.
yeah,
The people that remain neutral, I think they're cool because
Yeah.
like they didn't make any adjustments or just stayed away and just chose to ignore me, which was the better outcome. And the ones that like didn't do that and they wanted to take their virtue signaling out for a walk, they thought that I don't know. It's just strange.
yeah. I even me myself, I do find it strange at times or whatnot.
Because
But
it's like people are not nice 100% of the time.
yeah,
They're not nice. Like
It's a lot of work to be like an asshole, in my opinion.
the thing is that they have to keep up with appearances on the social media and online, all that stuff. But do you really believe that people are always nice? They're not.
no,
Not
At
really.
least you can know that I'm an asshole or I'm a person, but I'm being me.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I think it was Kurt Cobain that said it. I'd rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I am not. So
That sounds like Vin. So-
yeah. So it's like
yeah. I agree with that statement.
you're pretending to be someone else on social media and people love you for it, but they don't know the real you.
Yeah,
So I would rather just get that out of the way and have people know the real me.
Yeah.
And the people that don't want to like me, they can not like me, and the people that want to like me, they will like me.
yeah.
But I'm not losing sleep over the people that don't like me.
you have to
I feel the same way too.
He's correct about the quote.
Yeah, it was from Kurt Cobain. Yeah, right before he did the shotgun thing.
I feel the same way. Like,
Right.
I'd rather be me than putting up a false image of someone that isn't me, and it's just like, nah, because then you're gonna come at me saying that, oh, now you're two-faced or whatnot because we see the real you. Like, nah, I'd rather give you like the way how I speak in person or on this podcast is gonna be the same way I speak on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, just be genuine. Like it's good for people to be genuine. Like just be yourself. Like you don't have to be pretending to be someone that you're not on social media just to get Twitter likes. Because like if you can get $1 for every Twitter like that you would get, then I will get on that shit too.
Yeah,
I will start
Yeah.
like doing that shit. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting money to, which is another thing. Like people are incentivized to be some people that they're not on social media. So because they have that incentive waiting for them. It's like, oh, people are gonna be nice. They're gonna be buying my shit. They're gonna be donating to my stream. They're gonna be doing all these sorts of stuff. Just because I'm putting up with someone that I'm not really me. So I think that feels exhausting after a time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because it's like, how long can you keep up the mask for?
yeah,
Just be yourself. If you're yourself and people are attracted to that, then they will like actually like that.
yeah.
And you don't have to work that much. Just because you're being yourself. Like,
Yeah, it's a lot more work to be someone else or an asshole.
because you have to keep it up.
Yeah.
And then the one day that you fumble and like you're not doing that anymore is the day that people will say, "Oh, but we told you were this and that, blah blah blah."
Oh, the
Yeah.
expectations.
And then you just kind of blow up on people, being like, "No, I'm not like this," blah, blah. And then
Yeah.
I might have like a different voice if I'm sick or not, but my tone and myself is still the same.
Like even for me, I would say that I will be professional, with how I do things and whatnot. Like I'm gonna be professional. I'm gonna handle myself in a professional manner because professionalism is very it was something that was taught to me from one of my mentors and whatnot. But with that said, I'm still gonna be me. Like
Yep.
I can be professional and I can still be me.
bro, all you did was ask a question for that thing that started the whole
Ah!
all you did
Oh,
was,
the cat's out the bag again.
no, but I'm gonna make it short. All you did was ask a question, and when other TOs say other stupid shit, they don't catch as much flack. And people say, "Oh, undergo your dick riding." No, I'm just being honest because it's what I see. Because I've been in this community long enough to see who's getting some treatment,
You're right.
who's not getting some treatment. If I was just some dude that came in last year and started talking about it, then my words wouldn't like matter shit because like I just came in last year. But I literally was just around the scene, and I knew that TOs, and I knew that some of them were talking shit about other stuff, and nothing ever happened to them. So where's the fair treatment there? So there's none, and that's why I kind of don't like this whole.
It's fine. Like that whole thing.
They
That
already forgot about it. That's the thing. Like their minds are so short term that they just moved on to the next thing.
like that thing is so behind me or whatnot. And listen, I'm fine being the black sheep. I understand. I know I'm the newbie when it comes to South Florida Smash. When I'm the the new guy in the block or whatnot. I don't know much of the game, and I don't play competitively or whatnot. But I run tournaments. I do the best that I can, and going forward. My focus, my mission is still going to be the same. I'm still going to, find ways to bring more new people into the scene, more new people into the community. I'm still going to do great things in the community. So that's not going to stop me because I've done my work. I've done a lot of work, and I still choose to keep doing the work. So I'm not going to be stopped if people don't like me, if people don't follow me, or if they decide to block me. That's not going to stop me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna stop me because I'm gonna keep going.
Oh
You
yeah.
realize that the people that always are talking the most shit are the ones that don't follow you. Those are true fans. That they go to your page and they will talk shit to you
They'll quote tweet.
when otherwise they wouldn't. But it's just strange. I think that they're either true fans or they just like drama. It's mostly orbiters that do that.
It's weird. I'm still learning about everything. I just find it weird, but I'm not gonna let that moment define who I am or whatnot because I am way much better than that. And
you are.
the people that actually know me knows where I was, coming at and whatnot, and they know that I had like no malicious intent
That's the thing. Like,
towards it or whatnot. But
Not at all.
they
but-
will make it seem like you did.
Literally,
That's the
I've
thing.
known this man for 3 years. I know him well enough.
Well, apparently Twitter knows him more. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me, bro. Like, it's
This
like
man's
you
the
have-
one that made me get a Twitter.
You have people with anime profiles talking to you like they were like your brother. And it's like,
Yeah.
why are you talking to this person like you know them? Like, oh, next time you need to like do this better because
All right, no, next
you're a TO and you're like a figure that it's like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, where do you come from? It's orbiters and
Let's
shitters.
go back to your anime.
Like, bro, like, oh my god, it just makes it annoying to watch.
Oh man, wait.
Yeah, I mean, I was annoyed, but then I was just like, I just brushed it off because it's just like, at the end of the day, I still got to continue with my mission. I still got goals that I still want to do for South Florida, so I'm not gonna let that shit stop me. I'm still moving forward 100%. Either they like me or not, because at the end of the day, as I said before, you're gonna watch me succeed whether you like me or not, and I'm gonna leave it on that.
And we got your back, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
Well,
In case the Roaches or anybody else or Orbiters find this, they're gonna be like, man, fuck Waluigi. I've been waiting for that my whole entire life. Because the real reason I named myself that was because I wanted Waluigi for Smash. And then I was drunk when I made the name.
that's funny.
So I just kept it because I thought it was funny. But now I've been waiting for this moment this whole entire time.
Listen, I also have one more thing to say, and this is a little bit off topic from gaming and whatnot. But
Go on.
Waluigi, you remember this moment?
Of course I do.
When during the pandemic when we went to Otaku Fest and whatnot, and a bunch of cosplayers tried to cancel me and whatnot.
Yes.
I'm still here, motherfucker.
And
Try to cancel you?
okay, I can talk about
Yes.
this too. So we did the podcast. People went after him instead of me, and I was kind of pissed off. Like they went after him on Instagram strictly and then Twitter
For what?
because we showed up to Otaku Fest.
We show up at Otaku Fest during the pandemic.
Nationally, everybody was after him, and me, I only got one person, but I shoot him off.
Granted, we were wearing masks. We had people spaced out and whatnot, and we did the podcast episode at Otaku Fest. It was a good one too.
Yeah.
At that,
Yeah.
And then when we put it up on social media and whatnot, a whole bunch of fucking cosplayers coming after me, trying to get me
I don't know
canceled
why
and
you
shit.
specifically
You know
said
why?
me.
Because they were virtue signalers that were trying to. Yes, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to use you as an example of their moral superiority.
I can't forget, like, you're like,
So you're always catching the shit from people, but in reality, it's just like they. Were
I'm
just
like,
trying to
I'm
get
still here. I'm
bro,
like, yo, I'm
someone
still.
made a blacklist of random cosplayers and included him on that too.
I'm
Like,
like,
why? And they're from Tallahassee.
it was people from out of state.
It's like, stay in your state.
Yeah, like mind your business.
God, that was in 2021. I forgot about that.
They're taking their virtue signaling for a walk, and you can see it because after it happens, I put in a song for them. It's like the Rise of the Valkyries. Once that happens, that you get someone that like comments, you will see like 10 people commenting.
I can't forget about that. Literally, someone went on my page like, "Oh, you must be proud of doing this." I'm like, "Yeah, you can check out the podcast on YouTube." And it's like, "Man, are you really ashamed?" I'm like, "Not really, but you can check it. You can check us
And
out
what
on
I
YouTube."
what I did was that when they were coming after me, I started trolling them.
Yeah, that's what I.
You
I
started
started
trolling.
trolling them to the point where now they blocked me. And it was like I win.
Yeah.
Because it's like because here's the thing, I don't block people,
I
but if you block me, I win.
I block people because I think that they're too annoying to like just.
I blocked mostly spam. That's it.
Yeah, I block spam and other people accounts. I mute them.
Let me see if I can find
outright
it.
block them because I don't want to see see my content.
Nah, you want them to see your content or what? I was like, yeah, you can watch me. You gonna watch me, achieve success and greatness.
I said the other day, nice weather we're having, and nobody said anything. But if I say some shit about some other stuff, they will be like trying to like go after me. I will be making response videos. So it's like, come on. They're only there for the negative thing, but they're not gonna be there for the positive things.
Gosh darn
Yeah.
it. The person, whoever made those comments, deleted the post. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I think I have screenshots somewhere.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I don't let the negativity get to me or whatnot because I'm so like goal oriented, goal focused, and I'm just all about just keep moving forward and just not like don't pay attention to stuff because there are people out there that do appreciate what what I try to do and what I try to bring and
I
whatnot.
wish they were a little bit more vocal so that they could drown out the negative people because
Exactly.
right
Yeah.
now the negative people are having the stage, even though like, and that confuses the kids.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, so being negative is the thing. But if you have positive people like constantly giving positive reviews and constantly lifting people up,
Yeah.
then that will like make a difference because then they will see the people that are always being negative as who they are, negative.
Yeah. Like, look at them and see what they've been doing because they're the only ones talking negative or whatnot.
Yeah.
While there are people who are, trying their hardest, trying their best to make things happen
Yeah.
with, what the limited resources that they, have. Even here at Flynn's where
Yeah.
I can count on my one hand people who've come up to me about, wanting to try, new things or new ideas or whatnot. And I don't want to out them because they know who they are, but I can count on just one hand. And it's and out of those 5 people, none of them don't complain or have any negative things because they at least understand that when they come to me, whether it's, in public or privately, and, they want to see if we could try to make things happen here at Flynn's or like, like a special event for Smash, I'll let them know. Sure, it'll be like, the reason why we can't have this is because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be real and upfront with you. Like, I'm gonna let you know why is it like that, instead of just speculating. Because the people that say that, oh, I went to him for this or that, or I complained about this, I'm like, oh, I've never talked to you. I've never deleted none of my DMs. So
Nah.
And just to close, just whenever you see someone that's just being negative about everything, just say, do I want that person's life? Do I want to wake up every day just being negative for no reason? Just put negativity out in the world. Do I really want that person's life? And if your answer is no, then you already know that you don't want to deal with that person.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that person near
Yeah.
you because it's just going to drain your energy. There's so many people that can drain your energy just by being negative. That it's just like that. The mere sight of them is just enough to like make you moody.
yeah, that's why for me it's just I'm not gonna cater to the negativity or the people that's like they've been here for a while, and you know something is not up to par what they're currently used to or whatnot, because I don't know if they notice or whatnot, but every venue is different.
Yeah.
Like, every venue is different. Every TO that runs each of these venues is different, and some of us have our limits. There are certain things that I can do. There are certain things that I can't do. Granted, yes, I have creative freedom here at Flynn's, but there are things that I can't do because I just can't. And I even let them know, like, if the person asking me for like special events or special things, like, this is the reason why we can't have it. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. So cut your TO some slack, y'all. Just cut them some slack. Appreciate what's there, because y'all remember before the pandemic.
The outdoor days.
No, we didn't have Flynn's didn't exist before the pandemic.
Oh,
I mean, it did, but it was new.
Oh shoot, you're right. My bad.
So you have to think about it like this: do you want more venues to go away? Because if you don't want more venues to go away, because this year we lost Holodeck,
Yeah.
and DGK he moved up to CFL, so no more Wolfpack. Do you guys want more locals to go away? If you don't want more locals to go away so that way it doesn't kill the scene, then appreciate what's there.
Yeah.
Support what's already currently there, so that way it keeps it alive and thriving for more years to come later down the line. That's all.
I just think the Smash community will kill the Smash community.
I feel that.
Yep.
'Cause
Iron strikes iron.
It's just gonna be like an Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like that. It's just the main issue is gonna be drama. There's always gonna be drama.
Yeah.
That's just my pessimistic view about it. My optimistic view will be that people that are in the community and don't want to deal with the drama and want to improve on themselves will make it to like great lengths to like improve their game and improve their results. That's the optimistic side of it.
Right.
Pessimistic, I don't have much expectation for it. But, it is what it is.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, this is we're gonna go ahead and conclude episode 65 of the South Florida Gamer Podcast. I believe we said enough on tonight's episode.
Yeah.
So, under God, thank you so much for being a guest on this episode. I know we had you before, like months prior, but wanted to get you on for a solo episode, get to know you, have the people to get to know you and whatnot, hear your side of things, and just moving forward. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. Hopefully we have you again for another one with a group. Hopefully. So, yeah.
I just hope they clip me so that they can actually watch the whole thing. They'll, like I purposely say some shit there like during the thing,
so
they
it
could
get clipped.
so they could clip it, and then they will need to watch the whole
That's
thing.
a lot of effort.
Yes, let's see if it works.
Oh my goodness.
They're gonna Andrew Tate him. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh god, they're gonna catch me too. God damn it. Oh well, this has been a lot of fun. Glad to have another Puerto Rican brother here.
I care.
Yeah, other than that, we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Be safe. Have a good night. The hurricane is coming up. For those who aren't watching yet, be safe.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. We're signing off. Episode 65. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.